Hey everybody, it's Simple Electronics Dude here. As you can see on the screen, it's a blinking LED tutorial. Now it's centered around a 555 timer chip. Um, Now, depending on the duration of the blink, depends on the size of your electrolytic capacitor. Now, on the grid paper, it's a 1 UF. Now you can use any size you want, 0.47. Of course, it'll blink faster than what was on. Higher ones, 10, which I'll show you, will blink much, much slower. So let's take this apart and let's build it. All right, so let's put in our 555 timer chip. Now remember, the 555 has a little, what you can see, well, this one. Some have notches, some have a little hole, meaning that, of course, this one is pin 1. So we're going to go pin 1 on the breadboard. I already have the positive and negative already set up. So now we have, of course, 1 to positive. Now, the hardest one to do is we're going to connect the pin 2 to pin 6. See how the squares? Okay. Now, throughout other tutorials I'm going to have different shapes. And those correspond to the corresponding shape. So that means you want to wire from this pin, from pin 2 to pin 6. Now it's got to jump over, so it's a pain in the butt. I soldered the pin, so it's, there we go. There we go. They're all messed. I gotta fix it. Okay, so now let's go to pin 1, ground. Got it. Pin 2 is the 1 UF. Let's see, remember the positive side is the side without this guy. So this guy goes to pin 2, and then the sign goes to pin ground. So pin 3 is the 1K, and it goes down to a blank line. Now 1K is right here. Remember, it's not polarity. So it's brown, black, red, and it doesn't matter which way you put it. Doesn't matter. So that goes from pin 3 to empty row. Pin 3 to an empty row. Alright, pin 4 is positive. Cool. Now from the 1K LED, remember the longer lead is positive, shorter lead negative. So let's go from negative to positive. There we go. Okay, pin 8 is positive. Pin 7 is a 470 kilo, and that is a yellow, purple, yellow. And that goes to pin 6. So, and then last but not least, pin 6 or pin 7 has 1K from itself to positive. So let's just move that up to one more row so we have space. Alright. So let's just hook our batteries up and hit the power and see how it's blinking. Now we're going to change this from a 1 UF to a, oh, that's too big. Let's change it. I have a smaller one here. That's 5. There we go. A 2.2 UF. And let's see what happens. So now it's blinking a tad slower. See that depending on the UF, the size of the electrolytic capacitor will depend on the blink. Now, so I'm going to change it to a, I have a 0.1 UF. Let's see what that does. Aha! It's backwards. There we go. See, it's a 0.1 0.1 UF and the other one's a 0.1 or 1. And see how it's blinking faster? Now let's try, it's amped it up. Let's go to a 10 UF. See? Watch. It's going to blink really slow. There it goes. And it's going to turn on. Now, what I did with this thing, I actually took a simple laser pointer and hooked this up to a a switch, and I can have it to where it pulses. I used a 2.2, so it pulses slower. So laser, now I actually have a laser tag system based around the 555 timer chip. So I'm going to build that later. Now the next video I'm going to build, because people, or I've looked for videos, because I don't feel like changing the UF to the blink. It just take too much. So I've been scouring the internet to find one that actually uses a potentiometer to, regulate the blink. And I finally found one, and I built it. So I'm going to show it next video. Alright, please subscribe to the videos, like, comments. If you want the schematics, please send me an email. I'll shoot them out to you, or just pause the video and draw it yourself. Alright, this is Simple Electronics, dude. Bye.